Well, I am finally back to work on the little Mazda pickup. And you may recall, quite some time ago, I started working on this pickup bed. Well, I started building the pickup bed. And this is a folding dovetail. As you see right now, the back of it is folded down. And then once it's folded up, you'll have a complete flat deck. So I've been spending most of the day getting all my metal gathered up and organized. And as all my builds, this here is with miscellaneous piece of scrap metal. Like this here is a paddle off of a combine header. And I got another stack of them right over here on the mobility loader. And I'm going to be using those for the sides of the bed, because they're going to have sides stick up about a foot. And then stuff like this box steel here. It is technically new metal, but it's left over from when we built all high tunnels or greenhouses. So that's what I'm going to be building the headache rack out of. I guess they still call them the headache rack, I don't know. And that's going to go up here behind the cab and just stick up above the cab to hopefully keep anything from hitting the cab if anything would fall on it. So first I'm going to start with the headache rack, and from there I'm going to go ahead and make the side panels, see how far we can get. Well, I got the headache rack finished and all completely welded down. It seems really quite sturdy. And I got a little bit more welding to do on it. Here on the front side, right along here. But I'll get that welded once I take the bed off the pickup. I do have a gap right here in the back between the bed and that bottom box steel. And I'm not really too worried about it. The bed wasn't totally level, because apparently one of the pieces of metal I used was bowed and I didn't realize it. But it's going to work, and it shouldn't really cause any issues besides just looks. And as you have seen with this pickup, I really don't care too much about looks. I'm really happy with how the corrugated metal there turned out. Like I said earlier, that's a paddle off of a grill of a combine header. And so that really turned out nice. And that's what I'm going to make these side panels here out of, is the same paddles from the combine header. And I'm going to box it in with 1-inch box steel. And the sides are going to be multiple pieces, because where the bed dovetails here, it's going to have to be a separate panel from the front and then on the back dovetail. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on all this and hopefully get it finished up and then try to get them hinged on. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. The sides are going to be hinged and they're going to fold down. They're hinging on those pins right down here. And so if you want, you can unfold the sides or just easily take them off if they're in your way. Okay, so we don't just have one panel mounted, we have the other one over there on the other side, and both of them are fully hinged. They open, it hangs all the way down. You're not going to be able to drive with them open because it does come against tire and sits pretty low to the ground, but that's why they're going to be removable. So if you do want to have them down or take them off, you can just do that without having to mess with driving out the sides folded down. So this side here, it is hanging up a little bit right down here. Looks like that ain't no big deal because I just need to clean that up with the grinder and it should be okay and good to go. I still need to put my latches on, but I'm going to mess with that here a little bit later. First, I'm going to continue with these side panels and go ahead and get the ones put on the back. Now, originally, I was going to have the sides on the Dovetail mounted differently, which is why you can see on this bottom rail, there's no pins for the sides to mount like there is here on this side here. Been trying to figure out the best way to do it, and I think I am going to go ahead and install a pin on this side. So I just need to go ahead and cut this off right here, measure out how far I need to, and get my pin welded in. Now on the back Dovetail being a little shorter, I am going to go with only one pin on each side instead of the double pins like here on the front panels. So I'm going to go ahead, get this cut up, weld my pins in, get the sides mounted, then I'm going to work on the latches and try to get all that sorted out. Well, I got this back panel hinged on here, and it's not really too terribly sturdy because it is just one hinging point. instead of the two like the front panels. However though, next I'm making a linkage that goes from this front panel here to the back panel. It's going to be hinged on a slide, so you should be able to fold the dovetail up and down while leaving the sides up. And I'm going to go ahead and get started on making that right now. I came up with here for this sliding hinge bracket. I don't know what you want to call it, and it seems to actually work really well. And I'm able to drop the dovetail, leave the side panels on. That's kind of what I was really wanting, and it really stiffened up the side panel too. It's not going to be shaking around, not going to be vibrating or anything like that. And so far, I'm really happy with it. I hope it holds up. It seems pretty stout and everything. I'm not really too worried about wanting to bend. And when the dovetail is raised up, the back panel slots into the front panel here, so then it even helps support it. And again, it really is stout, and I'm not worried about it going anywhere. And now since both these side panels are hooked together, they both hinge down and they fold down together. However though, you cannot fold down the sides if the dovetail is down, because it will bind. I didn't really design it to fold down when dovetail is dropped, so I'm not really too concerned about that anyway. However though, the sides do fold down smooth. I got one of my springs mounted here. I talked about getting, and I need to get the rest of them put in, but that keeps constant pressure pushing back this direction here, so hopefully it keeps the panels from rattling and having unnecessary noise. So the only thing I need to do now is replace off this clamp that's holding the side panel up. I'm just going to make a spring loaded pin, so again you can press the spring when you fold the side up to hopefully hold it tight so it does not rattle or squeak or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and start building that, and then we're going to be finished. Finally done with this side of the pickup. I got my latch mounted up right here, which you do not see because I cannot get the camera in here and weld all at the same time. But you just pull that pin out and it side folds down. That's all I gotta do. I got my spring stuck in here, and that presses in. So when that's compressed in, I'm hoping the panel is not going to rattle, which so far it doesn't seem like it's going to. Also have a roll pin right here and that holds the spring on so it does not come off. I didn't want to mess with springs, washers, anything falling off when you unfold the sides or anything. So that's really going to work pretty decent on there, I believe. There's still quite a few things I need to do, some small finishing touches. I got to clean up some welds, redo a couple welds, and weld a few things a little more solid. But so far, I'm really happy with how it's turned out. I'm really happy with the headache rack that's on there. I'm going to finish the other side here this weekend, but it's just the same thing that I've already done. So it shouldn't take me too long to do it. Next project is going to be removing the bed off this pickup, and I'm putting airbags in it. So be sure you don't miss any of that. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment down below, and hopefully we can get this pickup finished up, get it painted. We're doing all kinds of stuff to it. So be sure to stick around and see the rest of it. Until then, I believe it's going to be doing it here for now. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you next week.